Today we're taking a look at some of the new incoming updates and changed events that are coming to Diablo Immortal. We're doing this via the patch notes, and it is Tuesday morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's dive into the journey into the unknown with the Founding Discord event inside of Diablo Immortal. As always, if you find anything useful or valuable, consider subscribing for daily Diablo Immortal videos. May you be met with roaring cheer adventure. So this is an update that's coming on September 6th, which is going to be tomorrow. Everything that we're talking about from PvP to PvE style, different gameplay modes will be happening tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at the codex. The Founding Discord limited time event, Trial of the Hordes Unleashed, returning events, feature updates, and bug fixes. There's a lot of details in here, specifically talking about changes coming to particular classes, which we'll kind of browse through. Again, I'll be leaving the link to this patch note in the description if you want to go into any deeper depth there. The Founding Discord limited time event, what's this all about? While creeping through the underbelly of the keep, you slink past a mage's study and notice a warm glow emanating from beneath the door. The worn frame creaks open, surrounded by many trinkets of potions, lies a singular orb swirling in misery. You pause and gaze deeply, surprised to catch a faint glimmer of unknown events. Man, the lore they add to these patch notes is funny. From September 14th to September 25th, adventurers over level 30 will get a preview of deeds soon to unfold in Sanctuary. During the event, you'll also receive a 100% boost to experience gained from Battle Pass levels. All right, so another catch-up mechanic we're seeing here. The following rewards will be available on logging into the game. On day 2, the 15th, you'll get 3 rare crests. On day 4, the 17th, you'll get 1 Taloric Pearl. And on day 8, the 21st, you'll get 1 bound legendary crest. All right, so that's as easy as logging in, get your rewards, and get enhanced XP for any grind that you do. Remember Trial of the Hordes? Well, now it's Trial of the Hordes being unleashed again. Experienced you may be, but emerging victorious from the Trial of the Hordes is the true mark of a champion. From the 6th through the 20th, go head-to-head against another player while earning rewards and climbing your way through the event ranks. If you remember, in this game mode, you had yourself on one side of the wall, the clear wall where you could see your opponent, and your opponent on the other, where hordes of enemies continuously drop in. You need to fight them, and whoever would have the most health at the end was the winner. Well, there was an issue with that, and they've made some changes regarding that as well. So we're going to look at some of those right now. You can no longer identify your opponent when matched, and you can now re-queue after a match without the need to return to a safe zone or a West March. Now, the gameplay changes are what really matters here, because that's really where the issue was inside of the game. Similar to the first Trial of the Hordes limited time event, as you slay demons, more enemies will spawn on your opponent's side and vice versa. Win conditions have been updated to narrow your focus on the battlefield and sharpen your gaze to the competing threats before you. If both players are still alive at the match end, remember, if you die, your opponent would win. The player who has slain the most non-elite monsters will win. If both players tie for kills, the player who took the least amount of damage will win. If there's a tiebreaker on both conditions, the player that killed their monsters first is declared the victor. So really, we shouldn't be seeing any more ties like we were seeing previously when it was just based on health. Health seemed like a really silly way to do this, specifically with the Blood Knight, which you could have tons of healing type skills and essences, and then you're just going to be full health the whole time. Good changes here, making it a little bit more viable for a real PvP style gameplay. Monster kills and damage taken are indicated near your health bar at the top of your screen to show which adventurer is currently in the lead. Damage, attack speed, and movement speed for monsters have been increased overall. The attributes scale the longer a monster stays alive. So it looks like what we're going to be encountering are more difficult enemies, which is nice too. Shouldn't be too easy. We should be seeing people dying in this event, which would make it really whoever survives the longest, right? We have a developer's note here. We wanted gameplay to feel more chaotic, fast-paced, and like the adrenaline-filled last few moments of a match during the first Trial of the Hordes. These gameplay changes were made to increase the pace of combat and make for a more lethal experience. Our goal of increasing lethality should also result in less matches ending in a tiebreaker. That makes sense. All right, now we have some task changes. Tasks will now reset on a weekly basis at 3 a.m. server time each Wednesday during the event. Your journey in Trial of the Hordes is marked by the rank system. As you win matches and increase your rank, you'll not only earn rewards and enter new rank tiers, but steadily climb your way up the leaderboard as well. Here are some additional guidelines to Trial of the Hordes. Before we get to that, if you guys recall, I did talk about how I believe Diablo Immortal is going to be cycling through these PvE and PvP game mode styles. We had our Battle Royale, we had the whatever the last one was that just came through the game, and now this one. They're on a cycle, and this is how I see them doing it. Every couple of weeks with one of these updates, we get a new gameplay style, a new PvP type of gameplay, of course, in addition to Battlegrounds, which has also been reworked for a better experience with our matchmaking. So far, things are getting better here, and I'm happy to see it. Players will compete against other players of the same class. Time to showcase your prowess. Matchmaking for Trial of the Hordes is now cross-server. This is awesome. You're not going to be stuck only playing the people in your server. Cross-server is awesome. The more and more cross-server type things that we can do, in my opinion, the better off we are. Slain monsters can drop combat globes, which is nice. That can definitely change out how your battle goes. Slicing through cabals of wicked demons will spawn victorious elite monsters on your opponent's side. All right, we already knew that. That's the same thing. All gear, legendary gems, badges, and other bonuses can be used. So your power is used here. Ranking changes. The point system is now updated so that you can earn points for participating in a match with additional points for winning until you reach the legend rank. Once you've achieved legends, the system reverts to traditional scoring, with winners scoring after victories and reduction of score after losses. Players in the expert rank or lower cannot lose ranks. Based off the ranks at the end of the season, players can earn legendary gear, purification shards, dust, and gold, which can be increased across the ranks. A bounty of additional rewards can be yours if you complete these weekly tasks while playing Trial of the Hordes. You can get one match getting gold, defeat 150 monsters, gold and scrap, pick up 5 combat globes, gold and scrap, 1,000 monsters, 2,000 monsters, we're looking at gold and scrap, winning 3 matches, gold, scrap, and a random legendary gem. So winning 3 matches is really the one that we're going to be kind of going for there, because that is going to give us that legendary gem. Most likely a 1-star. Strive for excellence. Winning 3 matches will unlock an additional mystery task for those worthy enough. Grab your gear and get ready to pull your skills to the test. I like this game mode also because it's quick. You get in there, you fight for 2 minutes, and you're done. Nice, quick game mode. Love it. Now we have some returning events as well. The Rising Damnation limited time event. From September 9th to September 17th. As you complete daily Rising Damnation tasks, you'll receive various rewards for your heroics. Easy stuff. All clans on deck. This is going to give you rewards for doing things together with your clan, different things that happen to be going on inside of the game. Different rewards will be given. I always like the rewards here. And if you are of some type of officer rank in your alliance or clan, you'll get double the rewards, which is always nice too. That's going on from September 16th to September 24th. Now we have some feature updates. Battlegrounds combat changes. Players now receive 30% less damage on top of existing damage reduction effects in both Battlegrounds and the Rite of Exile. Thus, the time to kill other players should be increased, leading to more sustained symphonies of battles clashing. Our goal was to create more interesting combat scenarios and more enticing duels between players by increasing the damage reduction for players. The reduction of lethality is aimed to make these scenarios more sustained and engaging. We'll continue to monitor player behavior and the health of these modes to adjust as needed. I like this. Rather than just going on and insta-killing people, you're going to have to get into a little bit more of a battle, at least potentially. It sounds good. Based on community feedback, we're changing the values when suffering a defeat at a lower rank when playing in Battlegrounds. Players will lose 0 score at the rank of Bronze after a loss and significantly less score across all the ranks. So this is going to give us easier chances to progress with not having to get as much or any at all negative points after losing. Changes to resonance levels during matchmaking. When matchmaking against other players in PvP modes, players will now have to retain the same equipment once the match has been found and the confirmation screen appears. This fixes an exploit where players were able to change their resonance levels after successfully matchmaking to match players at a much lower resonance. We'll continue to monitor this as well. So I guess people were able to take out their gems, put in all 1 stars, then swap them for all 5 stars when the game started and have that massive resonance buff. Glad they fixed that. Invisibility updates. We're tweaking the conditions for invisibility across Sanctuary for those assassins hungry for the earnings of their next mark. If you are invisible when you deal damage directly to another player, it will not break your invisibility. Nice. This change affects any direct damage done, as well as any passive damage from auras or effects that trigger or attacks from the player. Player invisibility will not be affected by any damage over time or lingering ground damage that existed before the player became invisible. Strike from the shadows, but keep your eye on your surroundings, adventurer. One never knows where other dangers may be lurking nearby. Okay, cool. For all of you that are rocking some invisibility stuff. We have 10 more levels for the challenge rifts. They did mention that they'd be increasing these slowly over time. Well, we're going from 400 to 410 now. Nice. Changes to rank 1 clan advantages. When shadow clans reach rank 1, the bonus leaps and bounds, which provides 10% increased marks earned by your dark clan members, will now always be available. The random nature of the advantages offered meant that only some clans would gain this advantage of increased marks. Given how valuable it is to clans on competitive servers, we wanted clans to have the same advantage to chase their immeasurable power and ascend the leaderboards. Class balance. So this is where there's a lot of changes coming, all right? I'm going to just kind of skim through these because there are a ton. Notice we have 3 changes to the wizard skills and also a lot of changes coming to items and essences as well. We have that for the barbarian also, as well as a bunch of changes to barbarian items. Monk, 2 changes coming to skills and a whole bunch coming to essences. Same for the demon hunter. When we get to the crusader, only 2, and then a bunch of essences. Necromancer is getting 4 changes to skills themselves and a lot to their essences. And the blood knight skills, check out this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things are changing with the skills for the blood knight, and the items themselves, there's a bunch of changes there as well. So what you can do, what I plan to do, is look at my class in depth, see how the skill changes are going to affect me and the build that I have put together. For me right now, that is the blood knight, and I will go from there. I'll be linking this down below if any of you want to take a look and make sure that you see exactly what kind of changes are coming to your class, how you could better build it out. But I think the best thing that we see coming from this is the rotation of different PvP inside of the game. Seems like we're always going to have some PvP mode, whether it be Conquer, whether it be the one that we just shared today, or whether it be a Battle Royale type game mode, in addition to what we see in Battlegrounds for all of us that just want a different experience than Battlegrounds. They're on the right track. Things are looking good. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys, well, maybe in one later. I may break this down even further. We'll see.